Did you know these were Finnish inventions? No, I don't know. Mina and Tieda. So let's just check out this video by Cat, Chats, and learn more which inventions are from Finland. Let's go.
I am going to go through some of Finland's most famous inventions that you may or may
Nokia.
not be aware of. So I just wanted to share them with you today. So first off on the list is the Molotov cocktail, which is like a bottle filled with flammable liquid.
We did check out this one.
A grenade type of sort thing. This is one of the contributions Finland has had to warfare, and this was developed during the Winter War that Finland fought against Russia. Secondly, we have the dish draining closet, which I thought was a norm all over the world until I moved to the UK and realized they don't have this. So basically the dish draining closet is you have a built-in closet rack above your sink.
Oh, yeah. My parents do have this, but I do not. Not every house has this designed kitchen. Yeah, I mean, most of the times you have it like on the sink, on the side of the sink. I mean, my house is too old, so it doesn't have any of these. But yeah, most houses have it in Italy.
So when you're washing the dishes, when you're done and want them to dry, you just plop them into your rack on top of the sink. So when it dries, it drips right into the sink itself. It's ingenious. I don't know why more countries haven't implemented this into their kitchen. First of all, it's very clean, it's handy, and it just makes a lot of sense. So yeah, this was invented by Mauro Gebhard around the time of World War II to improve the drying process of dishes. So kudos to her, because I think this is one of my favorite inventions on the list. Next up, we obviously have the world famous Nokia phones, which used to be based in Finland. They're most famous for their phones, which were known as extremely durable. I had one.
I did have the 3410 actually, the one with all the buttons that were aligned. It was the same exact thing. There wasn't a difference at all, just the design, but they were both pretty cool. At some point of my life, I think I had this phone as well.
Myself, and and all the jokes are like they're pretty much bricks. You can throw them against the wall and they will not break. I remember back in the day when I had my phone and I slept on a bunk bed. So I was on the top level of the bunk bed, right? And I was, I don't know, playing Snake or whatever you do on your phone back in the time. And it fell out of the bunk bed onto the hard wooden floor. Barely a scratch was made, so sometimes I miss the good times when you could fling your phone around and it would be the wall that would get hurt and not your phone. One invention I was not aware of that the Finnish actually came up with is the first internet browser. So according to my sources, a group of 3 university students from Helsinki came up with this kind of project called This was launched in 1994, before the World Wide Web even. So it was like the first kind of web platform with a user interface. So it wasn't just text, it was like user friendly where you could like go on and click, kind of like how, you know, our internet browsers these days are. After they graduated, however, they abandoned the project because they didn't have funding and they thought they wouldn't be able to develop this further without the money. Even though the founder of the World Wide Web did encourage them to continue, they didn't, and all the notes and everything was in Finnish, so no one could really build upon their project either. So that is kind of a sad ending to Urwise, but it must be mentioned that the idea was made in Finland. Another one that may be more well known are certain mobile games that were really worldly famous. Not so much anymore, but the peak of their fame was like some years back, one of them being Angry Birds, which I'm sure everybody is aware of. They have a feature
Never played it, but I watched the movie.
They have all kinds of merchandise, candies. They even have a theme park in Finland, actually. That was one Finnish mobile game that really took off. Another one that some people may be aware of is Clash of Clans, which is actually Finnish as well. Another interesting thing...
Yeah, I mean, Clash... That's crazy. This video was made 5 years ago. She said Clash of Clans like it's a game like Other, while nowadays you get ads every freaking second about Clash of Clans. That game really took off.
That is actually a Finnish design is the so-called bubble chair. This was the work of a guy, Eero Arnio, in the 1960s. It is a kind of chair that is suspended from the ceiling and is kind of a bubble shaped, and you kind of sit inside the bubble, hence probably why the name is bubble chair. I actually don't think I've ever sat in one, now that I think about it. But yeah, these chairs were actually featured in a Star Wars movie, so keep your eyes peeled. Another important contribution that the Finns have made is the invention of the heart rate monitor. These heart rate monitors were introduced in 1977, and the purpose of them was to strap them onto athletes' body to see, you know, performances and stuff. It was also the first piece of wearable wireless technology ever made available for the public. So the first one was actually battery powered, and you kind of attached it to your fingertip. Another interesting kind of more techie invention made in Finland is the IRC chat protocol. So this translates to internet relay chat. Invented in 1988 at the University of Oulu, which is up north. The IRC was sort of a system, like the first system created that kind of allowed people to connect to this central server for text chats. So this was kind of the cornerstone that led way to internet chatting. It was actually used during the Gulf War for quick reporting between people. There's actually a sort of social media platform in Finland called Irkgalleria when I was young. Any of you Finnish people watching this, do you remember Irkgalleria? Because that was the thing when I was in elementary school. I think it was about the time when MySpace was popular. Like the Finnish equivalent was Irkgalleria, I would say. Another interesting factoid is that it is...
Wait, so she is Finnish? I guess she is Finnish because of that pronunciation sounded flawless to me. I don't know. Her accent in English is perfect. What the hell?
Claim that Finland also invented the winter.
She doesn't sound Finn at all when she speaks.
So this is a renewable energy source which is generated by wind power. So back in 1922 was when the first winter...
I still prefer listening the Finnish accent when speaking in English rather than her accent that is flawless and sounds like a native speaker. I like more when Finnish speak English. I don't know why, but I just like it more.
Came into existence, created by a Finnish engineer named, let me double check, Sigurd Savonius, and consequently named the Savonius turbine. And what was remarkable about this was long before the whole renewable energy boom. Of course, you can't have a video about Finnish inventions without mentioning probably the most famous one, the sauna. The sauna actually being the most widely used Finnish word in the English vocabulary.
The sauna is not the radar, the one they use in the submarines.
Been invented in Finland. It can be, however, said that Finnish saunas can be traced at least 7,000 years BC. So that is a pretty long time. Hence why the Finnish claim that the sauna is their invention. All right, everyone, we're almost at the end. There's only 2 more inventions I'm going to mention, one of them being the reflector. So reflective strips, you know, those strips of reflective material that when light hits them, it kind of like makes a reflection, used during the night so cars can see where you are, often very life-saving. I recommend if it's dark you use them, especially if you're in the Finnish winter. So these commonly used reflectors on clothes and keyrings, bikes, all that jazz, was actually invented by a guy called Arvi Lehti in 1955. And nowadays are, in Finland at least, especially in the winter, very commonly used on your outdoor clothes, on dog collars, dog leashes, you know, on your backpacks, pretty much everywhere, because it is very life-saving and handy, especially as a driver, to see people on the side of the road. And then finally on the list, we have the Linux operating system. So this was created in 1991
the one of the
by Finnish inventor Linus Torvalds. So he was a computer programmer and wanted to create like his own operating system for his computer. So he created Linux, which he made universally available and free. So that is another Finnish invention that you may be unaware of. So yes, that is my list. Let me know in the comments if there are any ones that I missed. I guess that just about concludes this video, so till next time.
That was a really informative short video. So let me know actually if she missed any invention. And let me also know if you ever tried the Linux. Because I still remember many people when I was a teenager telling me, oh, you should try Linux, it's so much better, it this, it's that. Then I don't know, I never tried it. I don't actually get what's the difference between one operator and the other. And yes, I'm a boomer. Whatever. I'll see you next time.